Well, Rise and Grind DMV, happy Saturday. We are waking up to mostly cloudy skies at this hour, but we'll start to see more peaks of sunshine later on this afternoon with the chance of a stray shower. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast up next.
This morning on DC News Now, a heated hearing on the Hill over crime in DC. We recap what happened with city leaders in the hot seat and how they say Congress can work with them. Then, just over 24 hours from Commanders game day and quarterback Jayden Daniels sitting out Sunday's game. We have fan reaction ahead. And the 20th annual H Street Festival is happening today. We hear from businesses prepping for this major event.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us right here on DC News Now. It is Saturday, September 20th. I'm Tosin Fakile. Your time, 7 o'clock on the dot. And your temperature, it's not off to a bad start to kick off your day. Let's head on outside right now with a live look over the National Cathedral, looking quite pretty as you maybe you're just waking up, opening those eyes to kick off your Saturday. Meteorologist Brittany and I are glad to be the ones you see first thing when you open your eyes and wake up this morning. And
give them that burst of energy this morning.
Yeah, with the orange, bringing the bright. We didn't plan this, by the way.
Did not plan it at all.
Great minds think alike.
Exactly. I just wish our minds were a little bit better so we could actually been twinning.
Yeah, today. Because
I do have that dress.
I hope our minds are together and warm weather is today.
Yeah, okay, so what is your thoughts about the weather? Let's see.
No rain, not too hot.
I could give you the not too hot. The rain, yeah, we are seeing a few showers pop up, mainly south of the district. Satellite and radar showing you as you head further south out towards Culpeper, even Madison. It looks like a light sprinkle starting to develop there, but closer to the district, we are holding on to those dry conditions, but those clouds are making their way into the area. Zooming satellite and radar out to show you the wider picture. We do have a stalled cold front right now that is just hanging out in southern Virginia, and that's the reason why we started to see a few of those isolated showers begin to pop up there in Culpeper as well as Madison. But much of the day will start to dry out, but we do have a slight chance of seeing a few more stray showers this evening as you head out towards the higher elevations. But temperature stepping out the door, it's not bad out there. We're sitting at 68 degrees right now in DC, 65 as you head over there to Fredericksburg, Virginia. You're sitting at 61 as you head over there to Winchester, Virginia, and highs today will struggle to get out of the 70s and lower 80s. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast and what to expect, Tosin, up next.
All right, Brittany, we'll check in with you soon. Thank you. We head to Capitol Hill where some tense moments played out as the district's mayor, attorney general, and council chair testified at a House oversight hearing on Thursday. The main focus was public safety, but that's not all congressional leaders had questions about.
Hold yourself accountable before you talk about Washington, D.C.
The number of murders in Washington, D.C. is an embarrassment.
D.C. leaders scolded by Republicans over crime in D.C., while Democrats gave credit for the work they've done. The hearing happened about a week after President Trump's crime emergency ended. That federal surge, a major focus of the hearing.
Can you not agree that D.C. is a safer place than it was 5 weeks ago?
There's no question, but that if you look at the data, the crime statistics, that there was a reduction in crime during the surge.
Yeah, okay.
But as we have said, if you want to add 500 officers working with our MPD, of course we're going to see a reduction in violence.
The hearing happened as Congress is still considering several bills impacting D.C.'s public safety.
To characterize the district as some dystopian hellhole is categorically false.
D.C. officials tell Congress some ways to partner with the city, like helping to hire more officers and filling judicial vacancies.
The only solution to this undemocratic treatment is to grant D.C. statehood.
And still talking about what is happening in the district, we now know that just how many National Guard members are still in D.C. and what they'll be doing while they're here. President Trump's crime emergency and federal takeover in the city ended a little over a week ago, but Trump is keeping thousands of troops in the district. Latest data from Joint Task Force shows just under 2,600 guards are in the district. Nearly 1,000 are D.C. National Guard and more than 1,600 from 8 other states. The task force says its current mission is beautification at Haynes Point and Rock Creek Park. So far, they've cleared out 1,000 bags of trash, spread 700 cubic yards of mulch, and painted 270 feet of fencing. Some disappointing news for Commanders fans. Star QB Jayden Daniels sidelined for Sunday's home game against the Raiders. DC News Now's Yamari Sase reports.
Just to be clear, Jayden will not play Sunday.
Correct.
Fans were hoping to see Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels take the field against the Raiders on Sunday, but they'll have to wait as he recovers from his knee injury.
I don't love that Daniels is hurt.
It's going to be tight. They're going to miss him. They're going to miss him. I hope they got a backup quarterback can do what he do.
Some Commanders fans say this is a chance for the backup quarterback Marcus Mariota to step in and prove himself.
Oh, I'm not worried at all. The backup quarterback was one of my favorite quarterbacks in college, Marcus Mariota.
Rooting for Mariota. All right. He's a Heisman Trophy winner, too. He's a former first-round pick.
Sunday's game will also pit Mariota against his former team. He played for the Raiders from 2020 to 2021.
There's an opportunity to play against his old team, so I think this will be a little motivation like that.
Looking forward to him going out there and putting up a lot of points.
I think they can still win, though.
And of course, Raiders fans in town for the game aren't hiding their excitement. They're hoping for a W.
I think we're going to run the ball more for the Raiders. Ashton Genty's really going to show out, and then we're going to beat the Commanders.
I'm hoping we have more of the first game for the Raiders than we did the second game of the Raiders.
For Commanders fans, it's about holding on to hope and trusting the team.
I'm praying and hoping. I put my money on it.
Win. Win. I mean, we really need this one. We have all these division games coming up, so we just got to buckle down against a team that's not better than us.
All right, come on, Burgundy and Gold. We need that W tomorrow. Sunday's game kicks off at 1 p.m. right here at Northwest Stadium. Early voting is underway in Virginia for the critical November election that will determine some of the Commonwealth's top leaders. The big races in Virginia for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and the House of Delegates. Virginia voters can cast early in-person ballots at 3 polling sites in Fairfax County and 1 each in Arlington and Loudoun counties. Election officials will open up more sites towards the end of early voting, and early voting goes until November 1st. The general election is November 4th. And you will get to hear from the 2 gubernatorial candidates in their first debate. It'll be right here on DC News Now. Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears and former Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger will take the stage on Thursday, October 9th. The debate will be at 7 p.m. It's hosted by our sister station and Norfolk State University. In Maryland, concerns about the cost of rebuilding Baltimore's Key Bridge. This is after it was brought down when a ship ran into it. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy questioning the timeline and what he calls DEI contracting practices. Duffy sent a letter to Governor Wes Moore. Moore says the project is moving full steam ahead. Maryland's governor saying demolition and pre-construction is already underway and promises to work with the Trump administration to cut costs, keep things safe, and get the bridge back up as quickly as possible. Well, tens of thousands of people are expected to flood the district's H Street corridor. That is happening today for H Street Festival. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone has more on how this is a huge day for area businesses.
It is a huge day here on H Street. Neighbors tell me it is a time to come together, celebrate DC, and of course support your local businesses up and down the corridor.
The vibe is amazing. It's a side of Washington, D.C. you won't see very often.
And this weekend, the H Street corridor will transform as the beloved H Street Festival takes over the neighborhood.
This is a time for us to just be brotherly and sisterly and show our love for each other.
The 20th annual festival will shut down H Street Northeast from 4th to 14th Street, filling the road with art, entertainment, food, and more.
We have karaoke at 10th and 8th Street. We have the gospel stage at 11th and 8th Street.
Anwar Salim is executive director of 8th Street Main Street.
And we're trying to basically fill in all the vacant lots, all the vacant spaces, and also get people out to these businesses. That's what it's all about.
He says the goal is to activate the entire corridor, with more than 150,000 people expected to move through the area. bringing a major boost to local businesses.
It's economic development too, and it's a Black Friday for many of the businesses. They make more on the day of the festival than they make any day throughout the month almost.
According to Salim, 18 new businesses have opened along the corridor in the last 16 months, including Double Up Burgers.
I mean, we're super excited. We're expecting a big crowd.
General Manager Ryan Gualatuna says the restaurant opened this location about 3 months ago.
8th Street it has a good community neighborhood vibe to it, so we thought if we could just serve the community, everything would be well.
He's ready to serve up on Saturday, sizzling Wagyu smash burgers to those who stop in.
We're doing a lot of raffles for the crowd that comes in, you know, free burgers, free boba teas. Hopefully everyone eats a lot of burgers.
The festival is from noon until 7, but Salim says to get here early. One of the highlights for him is a DJ battle. That's at the Uber Eats stage, and that begins at noon. Reporting on 8th Street, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. 8th Street does sound like it'll be a lot of fun. There are traffic alerts that you want to be aware of. There are major street closures and parking restrictions all day. They started at 4 this morning. They go on till 11 p.m. 8th Street from 3rd to Florida Avenue and nearby streets will be no parking zones, and traffic will be blocked on 8th Street and parts of Florida Avenue. Drivers should plan alternate routes and make sure you're keeping an eye out for people who are walking about. And the DC News Now team will be there. We have a tent set up, so come by, say hi, you know, talk to us, play games, and for more information on the event and road closures, head to our website, dcnewsnow.com, search 8th Street. All right, Brittany, we know 8th Street will be packed because we were there last year, so people are wondering, should they, you know, maybe grab an umbrella, sunglasses? What are we grabbing as we head out?
You know, I would definitely say bring out the shades. Yes, we are tracking those cloudy skies at this hour, but we'll start to see more peaks of sunshine as we head through the afternoon. And for the most part, Washington, D.C. does look to stay dry for today, but as you head further off to the higher elevations, you guys have a better chance of seeing a few isolated showers this afternoon. Now, talking about the temperatures, right around 7 a.m., we could start to see the temperatures warming up, mainly getting into the 70s, upper 60s to talk about right around 9 a.m. And then it looks like we're holding on to the 70s as we head through the second half of the morning. What to expect? That mixture of sun and clouds will be seen as we head through your Saturday afternoon, but we are going to be tracking a few of those mountain showers. Then tonight we start to see those drier conditions, especially back off to the west, but everyone will start to see more clouds roll their way in, and overnight lows will be a little bit warmer, mainly holding on to the 60s. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast and what to expect, Tosin, up next.